see what's going on here.
Oh no, someone said bearing has fallen off. Who was that? Raymond Lamas.
See, I actually think I need to get this fired up and then press go live on this.
Ah.
Come on.
They can see us, mate. Look, you're on.
Oh,
Alright.
are we here?
Are we on?
Are we on? Hello.
Pro set up this.
Yeah, we're classy here. So,
Oh, look, we didn't hit play, mate.
oh, play. Oh God. Well, welcome everyone to the show.
To the circus.
This
Sorry,
is
I've lost it.
this is Monday
Look at
night.
us staring at it. That's like 5 minutes ago.
Welcome to Monday Night Live. Whatever we are, I think we're
Oh my
like
God.
66. Clearly, we have no production skills at all. So, welcome everyone.
Not the first time the wheels have fallen off.
No. We're used to the wheels falling off here. Don't worry about that. So, welcome to Monday Night Live 66. Cleegy's here with me. Hi, Clegy.
Yeah, I'm super good, man. I'm highly amused, Ben. Thanks,
Yeah. So, yes, hello everyone. Welcome aboard. Here we go. I don't know what the devil this thing was doing. When I say this thing, I mean this thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, so welcome everyone. So tonight we've got Clegy here. We've got big news. We've actually each got a bit of news.
Yeah, it's,
Yes.
Between us, it's pretty crazy.
It is crazy stuff. So, but before we get to that, tonight's prize is one of these weapons. What are they? NX6 shovels. They're from the States. Who does them again?
You know Clegy and Ringy?
Clegy
the
and
two
Ringy.
Garrett guys. That's
Yeah.
their design.
Yeah. And the best feature of the whole thing is it's got two bottle openers.
Yeah, bottle
cap
openers.
So, so fantastic prize. Same way.
It's actually a stubby hole opener that can dig holes as well.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So, so to win, because we're on YouTube, you need to place a comment. We'll put it in a random comment generator, commonly referred to as the what does Warren call it? The steam-driven randomizer.
Oh
yes.
Have you got the boiler on for that?
The boiler's not on yet, so but we will. So, so tonight we've got so much news that I'm concerned that we might not get to all of the news, all of the Bushrangers. So we've got Captain Thunderbolt, Frederick Ward, and Ben Hall tonight. Ben Hall's my favourite.
Is it because his name's Ben?
It partly, and also partly because I get what he's up to.
Okay.
I've
got to admit, bar doing a primary school project at some stage on Bushrangers, I've got little to no knowledge of it.
This is a bit of a, for a relic guy, that's,
I know.
yeah.
But the Bushrangers we've taken, like, what are you going to find at a Bushrangers camp?
Well, there's still a lot of actual treasures.
Yeah,
like,
sure. Hasn't someone still got one buried? Is that Ben
yeah,
Hall?
oh, there's a few of them, not Ben Hall or Thunderbolt, but there's a few of them that have got undiscovered booties, if you like. So, yeah. I don't know whether it's Starlight or someone like that's got actually undiscovered whatchamacallit.
Yeah, someone was talking about it the other. Anyway, I can't remember who it was.
Yeah. So, so welcome to YouTube. All this is very, Pasco, Donnie. Oh, let's jump straight to Donnie, right? Because
hang on, he's related to Thunderbolt.
Oh, he is. He's got a story about everyone. He was telling us the other day about the he ran into his cousins or something or other, or someone who lived in the same town or something or other.
What, and they're bushrangers too?
Well,
Donnie's a bushranger. Let's have a look.
So Donnie, this afternoon, went out and after work, lazy 6 pieces. So he's doing amazing things with that ORX. So
he is absolutely.
He is nailing it, isn't he? So it's pretty impressive how many pieces Donnie's getting. So well done, Donnie. Congratulations, mate. Pasco Lads prospecting. He's even. Have you noticed he's earmarked he's watermarked all his photos? Like he's a professional.
He got angry when I stole one.
Oh, did he? He got cranky.
He got upset. Donnie did.
Yeah.
No, he didn't.
No. Yeah. So we've got to make an appointment for. We've got to make an appointment for Donnie to come on the show. Actually, so we've sort of tried.
He's in Brisbane for like 10-minute stints.
Yeah, I know.
He comes home, has a shower, a couple of Weet-Bix, and goes back up there and works for another 40 days.
Exactly. So you can't blame him too much. So
yeah. But while you're here too, while we're talking about Donnie, if you haven't, jump over to his Pasco Lads Prospecting and give him a subscribe.
Absolutely.
He's doing some good stuff out there, and he's one of the few guys, I guess, that's consistently finding gold with a VLF, despite everyone saying that VLFs quite often don't work. I don't know. The 6-bit sitting on the ORX there. So From today.
One day.
The other one the other day with the Geo, stepped out of the car and pinged one.
Yeah, exactly. So
Freak.
Yeah.
Freak.
So yes. What was that? Stan mentions here, my great grandfather sat on Ned Kelly's lap before the shootout.
Wouldn't have been a good place to be during the shootout.
No.
Fair income.
Yeah. He can do next Monday. That works well.
Stan, you're on.
Yeah, not Stan. Donnie.
Oh,
Donnie.
Can he?
So there's big news tonight. Donnie's on the show.
Donnie's on the show.
Yeah, so
we might wind this up.
Exactly. Yeah. We'll all wait
what
for.
We've got to say is nothing.
We'll all wait for next week for Donnie. So, but that is a huge, and it's actually next week's show is about the discovery of gold in Australia. So that'll just smash well with Donnie.
That'll go well with Donnie.
Yeah.
And Craig's reminded us that we do mean Hot Lips Pasco.
Hot Lips Pasco. That's right. Yeah,
it is Hot Lips.
Yeah. Right. So.
You first.
Me first, right. Big news. You will see. Let's just do this. You will see right above my head is an email address. Now, I've done something. Yeah, it's just above here. So I've done something that could turn out to be a phenomenal thing or a disaster. So on Saturday, I was out. I'm not going to tell anyone the locations just yet. Out in southeast Queensland, and I actually settled a gold mining lease. So I've bought a gold mining lease. It's a proper lease, isn't it? You've been out there.
Yeah,
That's excavators.
Awesome. It even looks like a gold lease.
Yeah, exactly.
Machines and wash plants and dams. It's pretty cool.
It's mental. So no photos. I've learnt after that. I've learnt no photos after the. Because someone will pick it and know where it is.
Someone saw that leaf on that particular tree 4 years ago and remembered where it was. Yeah, I remember that guy.
Yeah.
That was
so. Crazy. Why have I bought a mining lease? So I've bought a mining lease for 2 reasons. Really 3. I love gold, so I'm a gold guy. Secondly, there's nowhere really we can set up to train people.
Yeah.
So it will turn into a training facility with camping.
Dan's just asked if we're... No, it's not a Gmail, Dan. It's an @mail.com, mate.
Yeah, it's @mail. Yeah, that's correct. So it's an actual mining lease, okay? And that email address is, if you're interested, it's in southeast Queensland. We're going to have day trips out there. Yeah. We're going to have weekends out there.
Yeah.
We probably have at some stage, during the week and probably week-long things.
Yeah.
We have lots of ideas. Cleggy's going to help me a little bit with the
breaking of equipment.
Yeah, the breaking of equipment. I'm a bit concerned about Cleggy's history with trailers and bearings and machinery, but
it's all good.
We'll work it out, sort of thing. So,
but it's a great idea, Ben, because what it does is give your customers an opportunity to, come out, number one, have a look at a live lease. So, put your hands up if you've been on a live lease.
Yeah.
So probably not many hands going up. And it'll also, it's just a great place to be educated on how to find gold.
Oh, absolutely.
Because you've got the ability to, move a bit of dirt with a machine, which you can't do in the state forests and the public ground.
Absolutely. And what it'll be, like, I mean, I haven't spent a lot of time out there yet, but I pretty much think that we'll be able to dig a hole and put you onto some gold. Like, that's pretty much how it's going to work.
Not every hole.
Not every hole, but then there's also, because it's water out there, and we can run powered equipment on the lease, so we can run petrol pumps, high bankers, the whole, everything we sell in the shop, plus more, we can run out there at that lease.
I think that's what's unique about your lease, Ben, is that people can come into the shop here and grab a 8-inch sluice and go, where am I going to run this? Hang on.
Yep.
I know a spot.
Yep.
And you can go there and run it without fear.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
There's no one going to come and say, don't do it. Well, unless you're doing something really ridiculous, then we'll tell you.
Yeah.
But you've got no rangers coming out.
Yeah.
You've got no one getting up you or wanting to take your gold or your gear. It's just an opportunity to come out for a day, weekend, run your gear, have some fun, couple of coldies.
Round the campfire at night, no driving home overnight or trying to sneak into the state forest to camp. It's within 3 hours of Brisbane, and the two biggest draw cards for the ladies out there: flushing toilet, hot shower.
The toilet's better than, it's good. It's proper, lined. It just looks like if you shut the door, you wouldn't know you're in the bush.
Exactly, So, dredging is one thing that won't be allowed.
No.
So, no dredges. So, the lease is about 50 acres.
Yeah.
But we also have I've also organised a exploration permit next door, which is still going through, but it's about 750 acres. So
that's a big block.
It's a big block. So we will have it set up for caravans. We will have it set up for tents. We will have it set up. You can just So 3 hours from Brisbane, somewhere in southeast Queensland. We kind of hope it'll be a stopping point for people going north and going south, and So the email address above, if you're interested, right? It will be a cost. I haven't quite worked that out yet.
People are having trouble seeing it.
Oh, are they? It's goldenspurmining@mail.com. I can probably fix something about that. I think, but that's what it is. So there it is. I've got it now. Here, look. There we go. Is that better? goldenspurmining@mail.com. Shoot us an email if you're interested. I'll put you on the mailing list, and just so you know what's going on with it, sort of thing.
Yeah.
So so happy days.
Oh, sweet, Zane. Zane's on it. He said that's heaps better. So
yeah, cool. Awesome. The other thing too is that when I get approval from Parks, I'm going to do a day trip, right, where we'll go into Talgai Forest. Those people that were out at the Carrara Nugget Hunt, I did a short little thing where taking people around looking at the ground and interesting sites and a bit of historical stuff.
Yeah, I missed that.
You were probably getting a trailer or fixing a trailer or destroying a trailer.
Taking a relative to the airport, I think that way.
So And we're going to go through Talguy, look at all the history, and I know a heap about that area. Then we'll go to Durakai. It's a full day. It'll be a charge.
That sounds like fun.
For that, but yeah, it'll be, you know, heaps of fun. Relics, gold, the whole works and jerks. So that's the other thing we're looking at doing. But that's a bit of a disaster time-wise. That'll probably be, when I talked to Parks and Wildlife, they said it could be up to 3 months before I get a permit to get in there. So, yeah. But anyway, that's how it is. So
that's pretty standard for government.
Yeah.
Whatever you want, 3 months.
Yeah, exactly. So Golden Spur Mining at mail.com. If you want to just shoot me an email if you've got any interest.
It's purely an expression of interest list.
Yeah.
And what Ben's trying to do is gauge interest.
Yeah.
And therefore we can help him best plan the assault, because what we don't want is it overpopulated.
Absolutely.
And I suppose underpopulated too, because sometimes sitting in the bush by yourself, not a lot of fun.
Well, it is when you've got an excavator.
It's true.
So, and the other side of the coin is, I've got to pay for it somehow or other. So
true. That's one thing about a lease is people probably don't realise it's a lease. It's like leasing a house or a building or anything. There's ongoing expenses.
Absolutely.
And as though you might not have a power and a phone bill as such, there are
there's rent.
Lots of duties that you've got to pay to the government. They're coming around asking for $1,000 for everything.
Yeah.
I'm actually I've kind of been on the outside looking in at this deal, and I don't know the specifics, but Ben's kind of rung me up a few times in complete frustration with the way that system's set up, and you've done well, mate. You've done well to get it through, mate.
It's been 4 months just to transfer it across.
Yeah, that's nuts. That's nuts. There's a guy here asking. I can't see the name.
Which one?
Right at the bottom. Wants to shoot pigs.
Pigs.
No guns.
No guns. And there'll be no fires, but there'll be a community fire.
Yeah.
Kitchens. There's a kitchen out there.
Yeah.
You know, there'll be fridges out there. If you haven't got a fridge, if you're in a tent, you can store the food in the fridges.
Yeah. Don't bring firewood.
No, there's enough firewood to sink a battleship. So
we've got there's lots of firewood. That's why
there's
the rules come up with no fires. It is at the moment
dry,
fire risk. It's dry. There's a lot of dead timber,
and it would just go whopper.
Oh, it'd be a 2 second. Yeah, it'd be ugly.
Yeah,
and there's too much good equipment out there to worry about that.
So
yes,
anyway,
Douglas, it was.
Yeah, and someone asked there, can we do laps in my V8 Ute? I
don't reckon you get far.
There's a lot of trees out there, but also that Ute to me is like asking someone, like that question is like asking someone who has a Ferrari, can I drive it at 300 kilometres an hour? Like, that's as good a Ute to me as So anyway, right. So there's stacks and stacks of people here. We haven't said hello to anyone. Ricky and Donnie and Ray and Jason and Joe.
Zane too. He's from up my way. He's a pony.
Yep.
Positive.
Jesus. So.
Who?
Jesus is here.
Thanks for coming, mate.
Yeah. So. Little bit. We'll get to your news in split seconds.
No rush, man.
Yeah, you're nervous. So, YouTube. Okay, so we're on YouTube for the first time tonight. If you're struggling to work out how to comment, right, you actually need to sign into YouTube, right?
Yeah.
So you can watch it, right, but you can't actually comment until you actually have a YouTube sign-in account. You can use a rubbish email address. You can do all that sort of thing.
Go and get yourself a Gmail.
Get a mail account or a Gmail account, and yeah, absolutely. So sign in, and then you can actually comment, sort of thing. So, right. So, Clegy. Don't forget you have to make a comment to win our shovel.
Oh tonight. Yeah, make sure you comment.
Comment. These are a cracking shovel. They weigh heavy. They're a good shovel. So, right. Over to you,
Oh,
You're bloody nervous about this,
I'm
aren't you?
scared.
You got to put your hand in your pocket.
All right. There's been some vicious rumours circulating around the.
Malicious.
They're not malicious. I suppose they are.
They might be.
What happened was I mentioned it to two people. One thought it'd be funny to make a video, and the other one thought it'd be funny to put up a heap of posts all over Facebook about it. So anyway, perhaps you've heard, perhaps you haven't, that there's a rumour kicking around about a certain metal detecting event.
It's a big rumour. I perpetuated that.
About a certain metal detecting event that's got somewhere around that 50 grand in prizes.
Yes.
Well, I can confirm tonight that it's actually a goer. I've been to the site today and met the site owner, who's just a good guy.
Yeah.
And I can't think of a better site to have a metal detected event.
So when you say it's a site, what does something happen to it?
Well, what it is, it's an ex-cattle farm.
Yep.
And the guy's got no interest in cattle, so he's gone a different way with it, and he set it up specifically for events. And it was kind of one of those things that happens when someone rings someone who knows someone that gives someone my name.
Yeah.
And it was all kind of weird how it all came together, to be honest. But after having a look, I got to admit, why I haven't confirmed anything earlier is because I hadn't seen the ground with my eyes. I'd mapped it and all the rest of it, but hadn't actually seen the ground. The ground is awesome. The nice thing about this event, and I think this will be an Australian first, is that coin and relic and gold on the same event.
Yeah.
So the coinies will have just as much fun as the goldies. There'll be opportunities for wet work. There'll be opportunities for panning and sluicing. We're even going to have live entertainment both nights. It's pretty big. And there's a couple of comments. The 50,000 room is not a rumour. It's going to be pretty darn close to that. As you can imagine, trying to come up with that much in prizes can be, well, it's not difficult. It is.
Really, the organisers have to stick their hand in the pocket for the prizes.
My bank manager pointed a gun at me. Yeah. I thought it was the other way around. So anyway, what we said was, let's do this thing and let's commit to it, because what I want to see is, I want 1,000 people there. I want it to be, and everyone that's involved wants it to be, really the biggest metal detecting event in Australia. And I think it'll go on to, we hope, the world stage. And the reason is, what have we decided to call it? This is going to be...
Has anyone noticed that down the bottom here, Clegy from MDWC? MDWC.
Anyone want to have a punt at what that might stand for? I'll give you the first.
Actually, no, don't give them anything. We'll give away that for the first person that comes up with the correct thing. You'll have to watch it, because...
And CQ detectors, people, yous are out, because I know yous have got the... I'm pretty sure that the cat got let out of the bag at the meeting on the weekend at Sione Park there. So, if not, I see that Leanne's here too, which is great. You'll be getting a phone call. Don't let them rope you into the tokens. But what we're actually doing is looking at holding a proper event with token hunts, timed hunts, lots and lots of prizes, and not just metal detecting based prizes. There'll be a lot of... Give it to Trev.
What?
And
the metal detecting world championships.
Well, technically he's wrong, because there's an S on the end, and it's the world championship being the only one.
Oh, is it like the goal? Well, why don't we give one to Trev, who's probably got one already, and one to Catherine. So
Trev's probably got that up here.
Yeah, exactly. But Catherine and Trev, Trevor Pye and Catherine Code. can you contact me after the show? Just send me a message and I'll send you a USB stick with all the gold mine locations on it.
So the idea is that you'll actually, at the end of this event, or really on the, it'll be an event that goes from, you'll be able to arrive on the Friday and you'll be able to depart Monday morning.
Yep.
The reason we've done that is it's in a country area and there's some wildlife and there's some windy roads.
Yep.
So what we're trying to do is keep people off the roads in the dark.
So where is it? Like how much? I know.
I'm actually contractually obliged to keep it a secret at the moment.
But is it in New South Wales?
No.
Surely you can give us a state
or
a region.
It's in Queensland.
Can you give me a region?
And it's in the southeast Queensland area.
Yeah, okay, that'll do.
So plan for it. It's in the last. It's on the last weekend of September this year.
This year, the World Championships.
It's the World Championship because after
up to 50 grand's worth of prizes.
Victoria do a Victorian Championship in a couple of weeks after Lanakuri, about mid-October.
Yep.
South Australia just had theirs, 2 weekends ago?
Yeah.
Watsy was down there. Warren was down there.
Yeah.
Nathan Warmington kicked off the WA ones, it was either late last year or early this year.
Yep.
So we've got 3 state championships already. New South Wales, someone do something. Get one cranking.
Yeah.
So we looked around, did a fair bit of research on this, and no one is doing
a World Championship. And this will be worldwide the biggest prize draw.
Oh mate, yeah.
Worldwide.
As far as we know, from a prize pool point of view, this will be one of, if not the richest giveaway event around. The reason we've been so generous is we want a lot of people to come.
Yeah.
We want it to be a community event.
Yeah.
Where people come and meet people that they wouldn't normally spend time with.
Yeah.
So we're not looking for you to come out, set up your camp and hide in your camp until the detecting starts. We want people out in the main area. We've got a humongous tent that we can fit everyone under.
Yeah.
We've got, like I said, live bands. We've got lectures, 2 or 3 different types. We've got food vans coming. We've got on-site security guards too to make sure that everything's kosher.
Hunky-dory.
So it's...
Cleggy's talked me into doing a Friday night live.
Oh yeah, we're going to do a Friday night live. For those that were at Carrara the other weekend and we did that panel show live, maybe you guys have seen it.
Yeah.
We're going to do a little bit bigger version of that.
I'd like to think it'd be a little bit more professional too.
Yeah. It will be.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
And so it should be a really fun event. And when we talk about sponsors, at the moment we've got this many.
Well, you've got one.
Oh, Ben, give me $5.
Yeah.
So that was nice of him. Well, we've got Ben on board, obviously, from Gold Diggers.
And I've sort of taken on a role of, like, I'll probably throw a few prizes in the pot.
Yeah.
But a real marketing, like I'll help out with the marketing. That's what I'm good at.
Yeah.
You know.
And like I said, we're really keen to get people through and have a good time because that's what it's about. So it's a big event, it's an exciting event, and if it all goes to plan, there is no possibility of doing everything on the weekend.
Yeah.
It's that easy.
Everything.
There's pans. So, yeah, it's crazy.
When you said that it's the Relic guys will be happy, is that because other events have been held there previously?
Yeah.
You can't really say too much, can you?
No.
Contractually obliged.
Yeah. There'll be a couple of things. What we've done is, because what we haven't mentioned is the ticket price, because it's not a cheap event.
No.
So from the Friday to the Monday, which is how long you can stay, kind of lunchtime Friday till I think 10 a.m. Monday, we've got to have yous out because we've got a crew coming in to get rid of all the stuff.
Yeah.
The ticket price will be $300 a head, not a car per head.
Yeah.
But there are things called buddy packs where you can hook up with a mate and get a bit of a discount.
Or your partner.
Or your partner, if you want to bring your partner.
Yep.
Why ruin a good weekend? Mate? I shouldn't say that. Or you could, there's also family passes, there's kids tickets. We've really made the whole lot yet. So once I get the ticket link up, and we're only a few days away, I've spoken to the people that are looking after that side of things.
Yep.
Because of laws, we need the cash to stay over there somewhere.
Yeah.
To make sure that we actually put the event on.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what we've done is we've put as much as we can back into the event.
That's a good idea. You need sponsors like Toyota.
Oh, does anyone know anyone at Toyota?
I do.
Me and Buzz.
Michael Gant. I think Michael Gant works at Toyota.
Are you a sponsor, Michael?
Yeah.
Maybe a silver 200 would probably cut it.
Cut it? Yeah, no,
silver?
Yeah. Oh,
I'd go black. Get black. Michael,
no,
black, please, mate.
Yeah, no, 40 you'll do, mate. 40 you can have your 200. So, here's a big question from Zane.
Yeah.
How do you become the world champion?
Alright, the nice thing is about the way that the format is, and I've also got to admit here, the format's not 100% finalised, because it's going to take a group of about 8 people to run that.
Yeah.
And I'm in discussions with that group at the moment, but basically what we're looking at doing is a timed hunt.
Yeah.
So we'll have a set area marked out.
Yep.
In that set area there'll be a set amount of targets.
Yeah.
And we'll let people loose in groups.
Yeah.
And the group will go on in their allocated time, find as much as they can.
Yep.
And what will happen is the top portion from each round will go through. We will have some repcharges. We will have some ways that you can, even if you find no tokens in your timed hunt, you can just get drawn out of that and put in the final.
Yep.
The idea is that anyone on the day can be the world champion, because with any sport, if it's your day, it's your day.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It doesn't matter. We've seen the best boxers get beaten, the best footy teams get beaten, the world champion of everything gets beaten at some stage. So what it really is a chance. Fair income, a 12-year-old kid with a Garrett Ace 200 is in with as much chance as someone that's running, I don't know, a $10,000 detector.
Yeah.
So it's very, very accessible. So detecting skill won't be the thing that gets you over the line.
And
a little bit of luck will come in handy.
Is the world what does the world champion get?
Right. God. We're going to do a jacket. So similar to when you see a golfer.
The golf?
Yeah.
We're going to get a golfing jacket.
Yeah. But it won't be golfing. It'll be more.
You're going to get a patch showing up.
Think more Terry toweling. So what we're going to do is have a bit of a jacket thing that'll have you that you're the world champion on it. You'll also get a reasonable trophy and some prizes as well. So you know it should be good. It should be good.
Yeah.
Well, it will be. It will be. And Dottie, mate, I've done the numbers 1,000 times. It's crazy expensive to put an event on of this size. You should have seen the face of the insurance rep when we mentioned we were going to put 1,000 people in a paddock with, show them that digger.
I've dropped the digger. That was that noise before.
With tools that look like this. And we're going to allow alcohol. So, the insurance company were the ones that really were the hardest to get over the line. But
and it like people are trying to work out the costs. I see people working out costs and stuff here. You have no idea. We won't even talk about how much the insurance is, but we want
you know how much
Clegy
a security guard is to rent for a night,
let alone 3 nights.
And we want 2.
Yeah,
and we're forcing them to stay there.
Yeah.
So I'm not trying to justify anything. It's a big, expensive, exclusive event. There will be 1,000 tickets available, and that's it. So if you're please Hobo, come on up.
Hobo wants to do a port. Yes, he's coming on the show.
Oh, when?
We've got dates organised. I've forgotten them, but we've got dates. We're going to do a lot.
What, are you going to Vic or he coming up?
He's coming up. He's coming up here in the next couple of months, I think.
Oh, sweet.
And so we're going to do a gold pour live. That could go bad.
I run into him at Lanakuri doing the gold. It won't go bad. He's good, eh?
Yeah, but I'm involved. I can't even get YouTube.
Someone's going to get burnt. So it should be a great event, guys. You will be able to pay your ticket off.
Yeah.
So I'll have the link up. I'll get Ben to throw it up on next Monday or something like that.
Yeah.
And the link will be there. You'll be able to go in, reserve your ticket, and I think we've got 3.5 odd months.
Yeah.
4 months or so to play with.
Yeah.
And what it'll do is divide the day you click the ticket.
Yeah.
It'll divide it into even payments up until the day of the event.
Yeah.
So the sooner you do it, the smaller your commitment to each payment is.
Yeah.
And I believe we'll have a 10% early bird discount as well.
Okay.
So we're really, really keen to get this thing fired up. We're really keen to get the majors on board, the Garretts, the Mine Labs, I'll try and get that XP guy, but he's a pain. Everyone. So if you're in the industry, if you're part of the metal detecting scene and you'd like to do something, and not just a retailer or a seller of gear, if you can talk, I'll stand you up in front of people.
No, but that's also an invitation that you're looking for sponsors.
Mate, absolutely, gates open.
From Mine Lab, Garrett, Technetics, all the way through.
Yeah, and there's no charge for sponsors. What we'd ask is that you donate some prizes to the pool.
Yeah.
There's no cash charge, no store fee, for want of a better term. The other thing is sponsors. There is no limit to what you can do. We've got room akimbo. So if you want a 1 acre paddock to do demos in, please give me a call. I'll set aside a 1 acre paddock and you can have it all weekend. Yeah.
So it sounds like a cracking event.
Mate, it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm super, super nervous. So I'm really hoping that the community out there will support us and come along, because I'm super nervous about it. If we can do this year, it will become an annual thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it'll be something that in the last weekend of September or towards that time of the year, we'll be able to look forward to it. Just one other point I'll make on it before I shut up and we go and talk about something else. It's actually the weekend before the Lanakuri Gold Bash. So for those that like to travel, if you're already up here, it's a great stop off obviously on the way to Lanakuri.
ARB?
Yeah, ARB. I've got ARB gear all over my car.
Yeah.
So maybe they might come. That's a great idea. Whoever
actually, there's a stack of good ideas there. We should look at those comments.
So we're looking for sponsors.
I particularly
not
like
just
the 4X one.
Metal. 4X. Yeah. Haven't we got? Didn't we line them up?
Oh,
anyway.
Yeah.
So that'll be a good weekend, and guys, it's you guys that are going to make the weekend.
Yeah.
So I really hope we can get as many people as we can through the door. Ben will be there. I'll be there. I'm just going to say it. Dustin McMurray, you're going to be there, mate.
Yeah.
We've got Donnie Pascoe coming. Be there. We're in talks with a couple of other
big names,
infamous YouTube people.
Yeah.
So we're trying to get as much knowledge and stuff up there as we can. It's just going to be a fantastic weekend.
Righto. We've rabbited on about
gold leases,
the World Championships, and we haven't done anything on tonight's show.
What was tonight's topic?
Bushranger.
What's a Bushranger?
What's a Bushranger? Yes. So, what we're going to do, I think, is that
cheers, Dusty.
We might. What a Dusty.
I publicly committed him. What else was he going to say? Dustin McMurray's confirmed, by the way.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So we're going to see how we go time frame wise. We've only really got 17 minutes left, but if we run over time, I'm actually going to do something a little bit different. That hang on a tick. I've mucked it up here. That picture there behind me. Someone was asking earlier what that picture is. That's at Thunderbolt's cave.
Oh, fair income.
Yeah, so we're sitting in front of Thunderbolt's cave tonight. That's a photo from Lynn. Lynn, I've just seen Lynn pop up there asking about the Bushranger thing. But in saying that, we're actually going to start with this bloke, Ben Hall.
Ben Hall.
Ben Hall. So, just like you don't know a lot about Bushrangers, right?
No.
Ben Hall's my favourite Bushranger.
For what reason?
Well, Ben Hall, although late in his career, I think he did knock over a couple of people, right, in the shootouts and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
He wasn't a murderous bastard. He was he was a robber, right? But let me tell you a bit of a story, and then I'm going to read from Ben Hall.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. So we're talking 1837.
I'm in danger of learning something.
Yeah, exactly. I'm hopeful. 1837, Maitland, New South Wales.
No, I actually know Maitland.
I know you do.
Well, yeah.
I know. So this is hitting home already. So, the child of two ex-convicts. So convicts released.
Yeah.
Right. Funnily enough, his father's name was Ben Hall.
Not Benny.
Yeah. And his mother was Elizabeth Summers. Right. So
At least with the English, they didn't call him Junior.
no, it was just Ben and Benjamin. Yeah. So, but anyway. So in 1856, he married Bridget Walsh. Now, Bridget Walsh, his wife, is very important to this story. So, in 1959, son Henry was born, and then in the same sort of year, Ben Hall and John Maguire jointly leased Sandy Creek, which was a property, right, about 50k south of Forbes, about 10,000 acres.
Oh, right, yeah.
So a big lump of ground, right? And this is where our story turns. So all through his life, right? He was a good guy, cattle, sheep farmer, I think.
Yeah.
Right? During 59 or 60, the story goes, and this is why I like him, he let the police stay overnight at his house while they were hunting Frank Gardner, the other bushranger.
Yeah.
Right? And James Taylor, who was one of the policemen, right, with Pottinger, the other policeman, but this James Taylor bloke used the opportunity to sweet talk his wife, right, and convinced her to go away with him, right? Yeah. So this is what's happened. So he's persuaded her.
Hang on. He's invited the coppers over to stay at his house
while they're hunting for the bushranger.
So whilst they're being fed and watered and all the rest of it, the
coppers chatted up his missus.
Oh my God.
Right. And he, at some stage, it's not clear, it wasn't that night, obviously they were off hunting bushrangers, but at some stage his wife and his kid left him, right?
Oh.
So he was probably a bit cranky with the police.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Right. So, and probably, in my thoughts, probably a bit over the police and a bit like aggressive to any policeman that showed up.
Well,
right?
imagine the
like,
next speeding ticket on his horse probably wouldn't
have gone. No, exactly. So, in 1861 and 1862, right, Pottinger, who was the policeman with this other bloke, arrested him twice in relation to Frank Gardner's bushranging, and couldn't pin anything on him. So he's just arrested him, let him sit in jail for months, right? And then no evidence.
So he's trying to ping Ben Hall for Pottinger's work.
But no, Pottinger was the copper.
Ah, right.
Yeah. So, but Frank Gardner.
Oh, Gardner. Sorry, that's the name I meant.
Yeah. So, anyway, couldn't pin him. Couldn't get him on anything. Had no evidence.
Home and away stuff.
Home and away. It is.
In the 1860s.
So, because he was no friend of the police, he actually ended up being friends with Frank Gardner, the bushranger they were looking for.
Yeah.
Right, and so they fell into a bit of a gang, if you like. And in '62, he robbed a gold escort coach, and I think it's still the biggest gold robbery in Australia's history.
Fair dinkum.
Yeah. So stagecoach robbery with 7 others. I think there was Frank Gardner, John Gilbert, couple other. There was a heap of other blokes. So it was a group of them that did this, right? So he was held. Sorry, he wasn't held. He wasn't arrested for that.
Yeah.
Okay. But he arrived back to his home, right, with his house burnt, and they burnt his house down. Right? They just destroyed everything.
Coffers.
Yeah. Right. So, and he talks about it later. That, cattle are in yards, starving to death, no water, no nothing, and he arrives home and his whole house is burnt down. Yeah. So the coppers are now after him. Now, he then went on a massive rampage. Like, he held a town ransom. He raided Bathurst.
A town?
A whole town, yeah. Until they paid him. Homesteads, you know, like 60, 70, 80 different robberies sort of thing.
Oh, wow.
So he was really prolific. So, and that was only in the period of like 1862 when all that started to happen.
Yeah.
To 1865, right? So it's only three or 4 years. He just went mental, right? And in 1865, he was declared an outlaw, and £1,000 bounty was put on his head. So
that's a good quid for that.
Back then, right, when you're an outlaw, what that actually means is that you're outside the law.
Yeah.
Right? So anyone could just walk up to you and go bang and no repercussions. So when you declare, back then, outlaw meant you're outside the law. Anyone can do anything you want with you with no repercussions.
So that physically the laws didn't apply?
Didn't apply. When you're an outlaw, you're outside the law, and no repercussions. The laws didn't apply to you. So, and he was ambushed, right? And this is why we do this in May, is because he was ambushed, shot and killed at the start of May.
Oh.
And he was shot, bear this in mind, 1865. Didn't have a magazine with 20 shots in it,
no.
Right? Single shot stuff,
yeah.
Right? He was shot 30 times in the back.
In the back?
Yeah.
That reeks of someone continuing to shoot up long after he's down, doesn't it?
Exactly. And unlike other bushrangers, where Ned Kelly, there's a big shootout, he was running away.
Yeah.
He didn't fire a shot during that exchange, and he was just running away. He was trying to get to his horses.
Yeah.
And his horses they'd surrounded him, sort of thing. So yeah, May 7th, May 5th he died, and he was buried in Forbes Cemetery on May 7th. So there he is there. 27 years old.
27?
Yep. Big life for 27 years.
A lot of people that have big lives die at 27.
Oh, yeah. So, but yeah, so...
I learned a lot then. I can't believe the copper talked his wife into me, and I understand where he's coming from.
That's why I sort of think he didn't go on big murderous sprees like a lot of these other bushrangers. Yeah. He just sort of...
Sounds like he kind of felt he was owed, I suppose.
Yeah. Well, okay, so listen to it. This is his statement, right? This is from Ben Hall. I'm not a criminal. I've been driven to this life. Pottinger arrested me on the Forbes racecourse last year, and I was held for a month in jail, an innocent man. While I was away, my wife ran away with a policeman. Well, with a cove who used to be in the police force. Then I was arrested for the mail coach robbery and held for another month before I was let out on bail. When I came home, I found my house burnt down and the cattle perished of thirst, left locked in yards. Pottinger has threatened and bullied everyone in this district because he can't catch Gardner. Next thing I knew, the troopers fired at me 3 weeks ago for robbing Pinnacle police stations when I had nothing to do with that little joke. Trooper Holskinder has skided that he will shoot me on sight. Can you wonder why I'm wild? By God, Mr. Norton, it's your mob that have driven me to it, and I'll tell you straight, you'll never take me alive.
Funny.
And that is
That's
Ben Hall's statement.
That's literally the law creating a bushranger, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. So yeah. So very, very interesting. Like, he's one of my favourite bushrangers because he wasn't a like
a bloodthirsty guy.
Yeah. He wasn't like some of these like Thunderbolt and where they're killing people and you know, he's mixing with the wrong crowd. But and you'll see if we get a chance, we'll probably do this. You're not in a rush, eh? We'll probably do. I'll just do a bit of a summary of Thunderbolt as well. But you'll see that a lot of these guys didn't start out massive criminals. Like, they didn't start out. You know, they slowly went into the wrong crowd and this happened and then all of a sudden it was like,
it's a very familiar story, like even in modern
day. Even modern day, it's exactly the same. You hang out with the wrong people. You
shows the similarities to even 180 odd years ago.
Yeah. So
still the same things could happen to him.
Yeah. Trina says here, started the 27 Club, because a lot of that.
Oh yeah.
He looks older than 27. I think you look older. Like, back then life was a bit tougher. Yeah. So you look a bit more rugged. So
what was life expectancy then?
40? There's something ridiculous sort of thing.
He's probably,
Yeah.
I think the pension kicked in about 31 back then.
Yeah. 2,700 ounces of gold.
Yeah. Now, did they get that gold back?
That's something I don't know. Someone might be able to help me here. Did they get that gold back, or is that 2,700 ounces? Is that buried somewhere in Australia? So Bradley mentions here, shows the Australian government hasn't changed at all. Yeah. So now you will read a lot of accounts of Ben Hall, and they won't put anything in there about his wife being locked up for no reason. Yeah. Right. You will.
They quite often gloss over that.
Yeah. So a lot of the history books don't talk about that, but yeah. So yeah.
Well, it's literally a man fighting against the man, isn't it?
Exactly.
Really?
Yeah. See, Bradley mentions here. No, I was told it was never recovered. So yeah.
Well,
so there you go. It's 2,700 ounces out there somewhere. Well,
in one pile.
No. So you would assume 7 blokes. 2,700 ounces split between 7 blokes.
So 7 fours are 28. So that's a lot of gold.
It is a lot of gold. Yeah.
That's just in sheer weight to get away from the scene.
Yeah, but you split it down 7 ways. It's true. You know,
saddlebag each.
Let's go. So Zane wants to plan a trip to recover it. Let me know when. I'll be there, because I reckon that would be it's something I've always wanted. I actually talked to Warren about this. Go in the footsteps of some of these blokes, right, and walk the same ground, and can you imagine finding out exactly where Australia's biggest gold robbery occurred, and then tracing out where he was next seen and
how much you pulled it out the ground, the government go, oi,
that
come off us.
Exactly. Yeah.
Give it back.
So yes. So Metal Detecting Country, New South Wales, great channel. It's apparently Warren from NQ Explorer says it's in the Wedden Mountains. Metal Detecting Country, New South Wales. I grew up being told it's hidden in a hideout that's never been found.
Geez, there'd be a lot of little nooks. Like that guy in the States has buried that box
of jewels. He's caused
there's a lot of spaces to hide stuff in the Aussie bush.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
You know.
So.
And you can hide something there, walk 10 yards, turn around, and never be able to find it again.
Wouldn't that be a great... That's what we should do. We should organise that trip.
What, a Ben Hall?
A Ben Hall. I wonder whether we could organise that trip. A Ben Hall, tag along, let's go and find, like they do.
We're going to rob her.
No, we're going to
Gold
rob.
escort?
No, we're not going to rob anything. But like, wouldn't that be interesting?
It would be an interesting trip.
Yeah. So let's just get rid of us here for a minute, and I'll just throw. That's the sort of area that we're talking about. So we're talking Cowra. He was quite confined in an area. So back of Wollongong, west of Wollongong, really. So he was quite confined.
That's a nice country. I went to school at Bathurst.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
Spent a lot of time in that country west of the mountains there.
Yeah, so it's actually quite a, you know, north is Bathurst, then down to Yass. It's sort of not a huge area.
It's not a massive area.
So,
well, you can drive Yass to Goulburn, what, 3 hours?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, so yeah, he's one of my favourites. But that would be quite cool too, to go and find, right, this is where they held up the stagecoach. Frank Gardner was seen that direction. Afterwards, Ben Hall was seen that direction.
I reckon you'd find out a lot of really cool, interesting stuff whilst looking.
Yeah, absolutely.
You speak to a lot of old boys and old girls that have got just great stories. Anyway, it'd be an interesting trip, even if you didn't find it.
Yeah, exactly.
You'd probably come home having had a good time.
Yeah, exactly. So, the Ben Hall Gold Hunt. That would be a zoo.
Would be,
yeah.
That's a TV show.
Yeah. It isn't. It is. Righto.
It would be fun.
As promised, we got the Thunderbolt here. Now, don't forget, when we do that, it's 8:30 now. We might do this prize draw. I'll just do a quick.
Oh, there you go. 45 minutes just to Goulburn.
Yeah.
How fast do you drive, Jason?
Yeah.
Oh, they've done a lot of bypassing and stuff since I was down that way.
Yeah. So we might do this draw after we do a bit of a quick chat about Thunderbolt. I spent a bit of time preparing a bit of this stuff. Sorry about that. So we'll just do the bit of a Thunderbolt thing here.
We were a few minutes late.
We were a few minutes late.
Defense.
Yeah. And I've got to go and watch the start of that in case we said something that we thought were off camera. And
oh God.
yes. Sorry if we offended anyone.
Sorry,
I just
Johnny.
thought about that. Yeah. So let's talk about because this bloke's a bit different, right? I haven't even got a picture of him, I don't think, but we'll throw up. So there's a few interesting things with Thunderbolt. So 1835, so very, very similar time frame to Ben Hall. And most of the Bushrangers were around that sort of time frame. So he was born 2 years earlier than Ben Hall. So, and then 1855, so about 20, right? Fred Ward, Thunderbolt, he called himself Captain Thunderbolt, but Fred Ward took a job herding cattle, right, as a drover.
Yeah.
Okay? Pretty
common job there.
common. With Augustus Anderson, which is a hell of a name. I like the name. Augustus Anderson. So they were driving a mob of fat cattle down to the sale yards. The herd became mixed, right? And Anderson later sold 2 head of cattle that weren't his to the sale yards. Well, they were actually most of it was all auctioned and delivered it to the auctioneer, and he auctioned them off. Yeah. So Anderson then was charged with cattle duffing, and so was Fred Ward, right? Because they've sold these 2 head of cattle that weren't theirs, are branded differently.
Yeah.
Like your cattle.
And just mixed in.
Boom. They're mixed in.
Yeah.
So
2 head.
Some would say it was a mistake, but don't forget 2 head back then, like that would have been a few bucks back then.
Oh yeah.
Like we're talking early gold rush, beef was a priority.
So to say they're probably the herd in Australia probably wasn't that big.
Not that big. So 2 head is probably a decent amount of yeah. So anyway, so Fred Ward and Anderson were both arrested, right? Fred, our Thunderbolt man, said, look, I'm just in the employ here. I wasn't there when they were sold. Nothing to do with me. I quit it. Okay? So then Fred Ward took other jobs mustering cattle, right? And then he fell in, he fell in, and he kept going back to this Augustus Anderson, okay? And was charged with horse stealing a number of times, and stole a lot of horses and cattle, right? And he was by May of 1856 he was charged and he was sent to Cockatoo Island. Now Cockatoo Island, right? The Cockatoo Island that we all know in Sydney Harbour. So just to give you a bit of an idea, this is 1900s. I couldn't find anything earlier on Cockatoo Island, but this is there's still shipyards back there, and the prisoners at Cockatoo Island did repairs on ships in the dry docks. And he had a number of jobs there, like he was pumping out the dry dock, and they were pumping it out by hand. And he was a wardsman.
Oh.
He looked after some of the other prisons. He got 3 extra days jail term because he fell asleep on his post.
3 days.
So, and then by the time we get to about 1860, right, there was a request filed for his what they call it ticket of leave.
Yep.
And by 1861, he was sort of released with a ticket of leave. So, but 12 months later, he's on a horse that he shouldn't have been on. And yes,
there's nothing different to this like last week there was some kid in the car who shouldn't have been in.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's awesome.
And what happened was, he didn't, being ticket of leave, you had to report in to your employer mostly.
Right? Right.
So he didn't show up to that, but he went. I suspect a woman might have been involved. He arrived at Mudgee and was seen in Mudgee, right? And riding the horse of the employer, right? So he's robbed the horse, buddy. Off he goes, and he was proclaimed to be illegally at large.
Illegally at large, as opposed to legally at large.
Yeah, exactly. So back to Cockatoo Island to serve the rest of your sentence, because the ticket of leave was behave yourself. It's parole, but it's work for your parole. You get assigned to someone. You're a convict working for someone until you do your term, right? So then back to Cockatoo Island with you, right? So he wasn't very happy with all this, right? There was riots and at Cockatoo Island in the 1863. So after he's come back 12 months later, there's riots. Right. He's among a group that they describe here as the most desperate character and long sentence men. Right. So
lifers.
So where are we? So that all happened January, February. By September, on the 11th of September, Fred Ward and Frederick Britton, absent from roll call, gone. Right? So, you can imagine, this is what it sort of looked like. A really working shipyard.
Yeah.
Okay? So, what they suspect happened was they disappeared, right? Spent 2 or 3 days hiding on Cockatoo Island while people were tearing stuff apart looking for them, looking for around the area. And then I've got a little picture here of, if I can get my mouse to work. So we're in the road again. We're always in the road. We might be better. No, moving doesn't help. We might be better over here actually.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. So here's Cockatoo Island,
Yeah.
right? So he was first thought to swim down that red arrow,
Yep.
right, down to Balmain. But actually he swam up to Woolwich. They found irons and clothing on the Woolwich, at Woolwich there. So then he's gone, right? No one can find him, and they suspect that it was probably 14th of September, 13th or 14th September when he swam ashore. So he spent 2 or 3 days.
Decent swim.
Yeah, yeah. And I suppose back then they put them on Cockatoo Island because not a lot of people knew how to swim. So, and they can put them to work in the shipyards. So
well, then them irons will pull you down pretty quick.
yeah, exactly. So, but so then he started to get. He sort of went back on his. This is where he becomes Captain Thunderbolt.
Yeah.
Right. This is actually a picture. This is his cave, Thunderbolt's cave. Now Lynn Dutch sent me these photos. She's been there a number of times. But that was the cave apparently he used to corral his horse in. And then he used to sleep in a smaller cave like this sort of thing. And he kept his horses in these caves. Okay. So yeah, so this is the track. This is the sort of country up into the
hills,
into the hills there, sort of thing. So just amazing country. I mean that picture.
And that cut path probably wasn't there.
No, oh well, like that path there would have probably been just an old horse track. You know, like that. There probably wouldn't have been a lot of different ways up there. Like that's probably the way up there, sort of thing. So now, these are the sort of. This is another photo of Lynn's here. Like it's nice country, but it doesn't look like a really comfortable place to spend much time. So, so we come to, and again, this is why we do it in May, right? So 25th of May.
Yep.
So 5 days time, however long ago that was, 1870, right? And between that 1863 and 1870, he was just going nuts. Captain Thunderbolt,
just
riding, robbing, killing people. Like he was one of the bad guys, sort of thing.
Did he have a gang?
No, he actually had an offsider. He had a Aboriginal boy who was like below 20. Like I think when he started riding with him, he was like 10 or 11.
Oh, right.
Right. So he had an Aboriginal little boy with him, probably orphaned, and you know they used to. That was his partner.
Yeah.
So, so this is about this area here. This is split. They used to call this Split Rock. It's now called Thunderbolt's Rock.
Yeah.
Or Thunderbolt something now, and it's actually in the same area that he was obviously doing a lot of robberies around this area because this was his hideout, and the problem with this is, right, no one really. So he was killed, right, with a shootout with Constable Alexander Binning Walker. Right? So, there is doubt about whether that was actually Thunderbolt that was killed. Right? So, when we sort of say that he was killed, there was doubt at the trial and there was doubt all the way through about whether that was actually Thunderbolt. There was a couple of people identified it, but they weren't necessarily
Oh.
So, and he on the 29th of May, his body was buried at Urella.
He didn't muck around there.
No, no. So that's, and it's a very similar. Like all these bushrangers seem to have a very, very similar story. There's not many bushrangers that were convicts coming over here with a criminal history.
Yeah, born bad,
and go all the way through. They seem to progress you know,
It's
we got
desperation a lot of the times, isn't it?
And we got 2 cattle mixed up and we sold them. It was like, you know, we probably knew they were in there, but we thought we'd get away with it.
A couple of bucks would change hand to fix everyone up and we'd all do that.
Yeah, exactly. So I sort of think that, like a lot of these guys with, you know...
They were created.
Oh, some were. Yeah. They were. Like Ben Hall definitely was created.
Yeah.
I read an article today, because I do a bit of research. Ben Hall's family wanted... Well, this was 5 or 6 years ago. Wanted a coronial inquest into his death, right?
Oh.
Because he was shot, unarmed, 30 times in the back, running away. So, I mean, obviously, I don't think that's going to ever happen, like 150 years ago.
Right.
But, like, that's yeah.
It's
mental. So,
but I suppose being a rella, you'd want the facts. But how do you establish facts from 100?
Oh, exactly. And even in some of these historical records, it doesn't even talk about his wife going off with the policeman or like. So,
that's
what
nuts.
do you believe and what do you don't? So, yeah. So, right. Okay. So let's just have a quick look here. Yes, Coral, I'm still going.
There's a ton of comments.
Yeah, there's a lot of comments here. See if you can find a couple there, Clegy. So it's got 2 screens. So
I don't know how to work the mouse.
Here you go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So people are talking about cars and all sorts of things here.
Oh look, a Datsun Triple X. That's probably a bit off topic.
Yeah, it is a fraction of it. Frank Melville. Yes, I've got Frank Melville. In the schedule actually to do a story about Frank Melville. So
Frank's back in the day.
Yeah.
Lawrence, just Ben will have to clarify this. You've moved the show now permanently to YouTube. So all you'll get on Facebook now is a link to come over and watch the show on
exactly
on YouTube.
Right.
Great.
I have been trying to mention. I've got a lot of comments there that people can't comment. You need to sign in to Facebook, to YouTube, to be able to comment.
And you use your Google account.
Yeah.
Whatever you sign in with your Google account, that'll get you into YouTube.
Yeah. So, and then I'm a bit stupid about this. I'm a bit stupid about this. I don't really know what's going on. There's questions there about ads in the live feed.
Yeah, I've seen
Maybe
that.
I've got something turned on. There is also something called Super Chat. I don't know what that is really. I haven't looked at that. So, yeah.
I think that Super Chat, if you really want your question answered,
absolutely,
you can make a small donation and get it pretty much shoved in your head.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I think what happens is it actually jumps up on the screen here, and we've got to dismiss it.
Yeah.
Like we've got to really.
Right.
We can't ignore it, sort of thing.
Yeah.
So.
There, Lynn says that's a tourist track up to that cave now. Hence, it's such a beaten path.
Yeah. Oh, hang on a tick, Cleggy. I'm going to abandon you for a minute.
Oh, see you, man.
I didn't think you'd just stop.
Sorry,
I just think you'd stop talking.
Sorry, I was looking at comments. What? That was bad. I got lost in that. What's that? Oh, look at that.
Everyone's been asking for stickers. So I've got a few stickers here, right? And I've been talking to... These were... So, you know the Gold Rat stickers?
Yeah.
They're nice stickers, right?
Yeah,
They're heavy stickers and what have you. These are crap.
Oh, do they fade in the sun and that?
Oh, I haven't had them that long, but...
Yeah, those Gold Rat
peel
stickers
it off.
are pretty cool.
Like... It's as thin as tissue
paper.
paper.
You can kind of see through it.
So, anyway, I've got so I've got I only bought a few. I've got one on the back of my ute just to see how long it lasts, sort of thing. So, yeah.
Send a self-addressed envelope.
No,
it's a gold digger.
If you call in, you can have stickers. If you send me a private message, I'll send out. Oh Jesus, I'm going to get. I've only got
$2 a sticker to send them.
Oh well, it should be $2 a sticker, sort of thing. So these are UV resistant. We've done all the right things.
Yeah.
I just think that.
No, look, people send me a fair few stickers to stick on. Well, used to stick them on my trailer.
Yeah.
Stuck a few on the car, and the quality from stickers varies a lot. I have ones that have been on the car for 12 months, and they look like they were put on yesterday.
Yeah.
I have ones that have been there for 2 months, look like they've been there for 5 years.
And I think these are going to be pretty crap.
Okay.
So, but I'm willing to send these out. So if you send me a personal message with an address, I'll send a few out.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
Yeah. So I'm more than happy to send these out. So if you send me a personal message with your address, Natalie will love me tomorrow when I've got 50 envelopes for her to send.
Because that's what you do then. That's sort that out and go for a coffee.
Exactly. So we'll send these stickers out. We are going to. I've been talking to a guy who we're doing something with. I don't know what we're doing with actually, but we're going to get some decent stickers, mate. Some really decent stickers, mate.
A little bit of self-promotion. A few people have been asking about my podcast. It's high-speed metal detecting.
Yes.
So if you look it up on...
how many episodes now?
Oh, like 48 or something.
4?
Yeah, there's been a bit of a gap to 5. I've got the voice recorder in. I'll do that. I'll make a commitment to do it this week and have it out by Friday. Better say Saturday because I might be I will be in the bush. Saturday. Yeah. I'll do one.
So Clegy's going to have a podcast out by Monday.
So that'll be episode 5. I've been saying this for 14 Mondays.
Yeah.
To be honest, a lot of stuff's happened.
I know. It's
mostly
exciting.
disastrous.
Yeah.
But there's a lot going on, and to be honest, the podcast keeps getting put back while I've been trying to organise like other fun things as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, high-speed metal detecting, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast, type it in.
Yeah. Ian Wilson, if you send me a message and you're really, really nice to me, I'll send you one. I'm not committing to send anyone else one overseas, but Ian, if you want one, send me your details and I'll see what I can do.
I saw someone in from Bulgaria earlier.
Yeah.
That's unreal.
We're just like the World Championships. This is a worldwide show.
Worldwide show, yeah. Book your ticket for the
World
Championship. What's this?
Maddie. Right, so Maddie, thanks very much. What's the date for the big adventure hunt? Here's a big 5 to go towards the cost. Thanks, Maddie.
Oh, jeez. All right, it's this Sunday.
No.
Look, I think it is a cool thing, but it would be a hard thing to organise because there would be a lot of private property involved.
Yeah.
And that's your biggest issue.
Yeah.
We all know what it's like trying to get on private property, even just to like gather some cow poo for the garden.
Yeah, exactly.
Is a major hassle.
Yeah.
So, but Matty, that'd be cool, mate. It's definitely, that's the fuel to get us up the end of the street at least. So that's great.
Yeah.
But
we are looking at putting on. I'm looking at putting on a. Sorry, I'm just responding to.
All right.
People, how do we contact you? Just like this. That's my email address.
One. Now that's not the lease email.
No, it's not.
Golden Spur Mining at mail.com.
So let me just give you a bit of an idea. We're going to go on all night here if we're not careful, sort of thing.
It's nearly 9 o'clock.
So I'll actually, that's not a bad idea. What I'll do with the stickers, sorry, there's a couple of things here. I want to get back to Maddie's question though.
Yeah.
With the stickers, right? If I send you, I might send people a couple of stickers.
Yeah.
Give them to a mate that's into prospecting, get them to put them on the car. That way it'll save me a bit of postage sort of thing to get them out to people. So
that's the go. Yeah, group up people. Yeah. Group up in suburbs.
Yeah. So
don't be greedy though.
Yeah.
Max 5, 4, 3.
3. Maximum 3.
Max 3 per group.
Yeah. So back to Maddie. So Maddie, I've got some cool things I've been thinking of. So northern New South Wales, I want to do a tour of the lost city of Malara tops.
Oh, you've been talking about that.
I know.
I'm actually like,
I
want to book this tour.
I've got all the.
It's up to him now.
I've got all the waypoints. I've done most of the research.
You've been in there, haven't you?
Yeah. So, Old Town, bulldog diggings in the state forest, right? Gold diggings, right? Swimming up the crystal clear creeks, picking crystals up off the bottom. Quartz crystals, smoky quartz, and like it would be a mental tour.
When are we doing that?
Yeah, the lost city of Malara tops tour.
That sounds like a good spring.
It's not a winter thing. So, the swimming up the creek. I've taken my young bloke down there and he just wears goggles, and he just went. The water's crystal clear.
I was going to say clear mountain water.
Fish swimming around, and he's picking up crystals off the bottom. His mind was friggin' blowing. Like, it was just mental.
Cool.
Yeah. So there's a couple of little tour things I want to do like that, Matty.
I think there's a lot of stuff that coming, Matty. Like the
it's just time.
It is, mate. It's
just
having enough time to organise them, and unfortunately, this day and age, insurance companies dictate a lot of what we can and can't do, and you'll find that there's a lot of ideas that have never seen the light of day because an insurance company won't insure us.
Yeah.
And quite frankly, we can't take people out unless we are insured.
Yeah,
I'm not rich enough to cover broken legs and arms and necks. God, I can't cover a neck. So it really is the hardest thing to do. It's a shame that society's gone that way, but it has. So we're dealing with it as we go.
My public liability insurance, like, I'm not going to say the amount, but it's well into 5 figures for that mining lease tour. And that's just Queensland in 2 states forests.
Yeah. I want to set up a display at a local thing up Rocky there in the next couple of weeks. I've got to go and get a $20 million public liability.
Yeah, I've got to.
What is a metal detector in a 3-metre marquee going to do that needs $20 million worth
of coverage
for the day?
Yeah.
So if you can do something to you and do $20 million worth of damage to yourself with a metal detector, go for it.
Where it comes in, right, is I tell someone to walk that direction for 10 metres, they fall down a mine shaft and die.
Yeah.
And the family comes at me and said, you told them to walk down there.
Yeah, I'm hearing it.
And then...
Yeah, nothing's your own fault anymore, I'm hearing it.
No. So, 20 million is pretty standard at the moment. I actually had the question, do you want 50 million? I was like
dollars cash? Yes, please.
Yeah, but 50 million public liability. It's just mental.
Yeah, it was 10 when I had my shop, when I had my bakery. So,
Right, so we've got to... so, Matty, in answer to your question, that is a very super cool idea for the tour of some of these Bushranger things, Thunderbolts and like that sort of thing.
And I think too with those type of tours, Matty, you'd find they'd be like, and without trying to sound weird, an intimate tour. It wouldn't be like 300 people going. It'd be a small group of
10 cars maximum,
20 people.
Yeah. And it'd be a tag along thing where
we can carpool up.
The problem is that, like, really it was probably, I had to spend about 10 days down there to get that tour, to get an idea for that tour.
2-wheel drive friendly?
Yes. In the dry it is, yeah.
You realise you're booking this tour down there, don't you?
Oh, I'm going to have to.
And
so
Maddie's coming.
It's like, this adventure stuff is wicked. So, right, guys, it's not quite after 9 o'clock. We can close this show up for 9 o'clock.
Yeah, we better.
So we've got the we got the shovel to draw out, and the shovel tonight goes to. Let me just get the randomizer going here. Is that Dotty Bag?
No, that's Doit.
Doit Bag.
Hang on.
Doytbag. Doit Bag. Is that how you pronounce it? Congratulations, Doit Bag.
Whack another.
You've won tonight's prize. I just need for you to contact me on the Gold Diggers address above, and I will send you I will send you the this prize out tomorrow. There you are. Yes.
Do we too? Ah, okay.
No, you don't say okay. You didn't get that.
No, I didn't.
No. Right. Okay. So thanks very much, guys. Make sure the 2 prize winners with the USB sticks send me a message. You can contact me on Facebook. I don't think you can send me a message on YouTube.
No,
apart from in the comments.
Be in the comments.
But so contact me on Facebook or that email address up there, and we'll get these prizes out to you.
And don't forget about all stuff happening. Email Ben if you're keen to get on the lease, because if we can get some expressions of interest going, we will get some people out there pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Don't forget the event on. It's the last weekend of September, guys. The last weekend of September.
Yeah.
It's the, I don't know, it's the 20-something, but it's really close to the end of September.
Yeah.
Last weekend in September. Stickers. PM in for a few stickers.
Next week, Donnie Pascoe. The man, the legend.
Donnie Pascoe.
Hot Lips Pascoe.
Hot Lips Pascoe and Tom. Bit of jerky, mate. Please.
Yeah. And then, and so the subject for next week, the subject with it, Matty's gone in there with this super chat again. Thanks very much, Matty. Not sure about the 300 plus people, but I'm definitely keen. No, it'll be less than 10 cars.
Yeah, it'll only be a tiny little tour of that, and I think it's probably better done small.
Yeah.
Ben's told me about that area, and I think if you took 100 people there at a time, you'd ruin it.
And
it's one of those areas. It's just beautiful, and really needs to be kept that way.
And I don't think I can control more than 10 cars in the bush, getting bold, getting people with different 4-wheel driving ability, you know, that sort of thing. So next week's show's on the discovery of gold in Australia. We're going to go through the gold rushes. Donnie Hot Lips Pascoe starring. And Donnie from a prospecting point of view is absolutely quality. He's a good prospector, and he's finding some good gold. So, righto, guys.
On a regular basis too, which is good.
Absolutely. So I've got to find out how to do this. So we've got Discovery Gold in Australia coming up. The week after, it'll probably be a bit of gold panning again. We might crow pointers. We've got at the end of June. We've got Ned Kelly coming up.
Oh, that'll be a good one.
Glen Rowan anniversary.
Yeah.
But we'll put a few different bits and pieces in there. We've got GPS data and mapping coming up.
One I want to.
We've got the investigation of the back of my ute, what gear I use. So that people
there's a
find
few things in there you better get out before you start recording.
Absolutely. Yeah. So there's stacks and stacks of information coming up.
Cool.
So we've got a heap of information stuff coming up, and then I've scheduled these anniversaries.
Yeah.
Like say Glen Rowan will do Ned Kelly anniversary.
That's a great idea.
You know, in August we've got Martin Cash and John Donahue and
awesome.
You know, so we're actually looking at. I might do some shipwreck stuff, Eureka Stockade in November, all that sort of thing. Cobb and Co runs, the first Cobb and Co run, the last Cobb and Co run, all that sort of stuff.
Cobb and Co were huge up our way. I love chasing.
Yeah. Righto, guys. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. Sorry about the slow start, and we will
late finish.
Prize winners contact me. Thanks very much, Clegy, for coming on.
Man,
it was
thanks
a pleasure,
for having me, mate.
To have you on.
Enjoyed it.
And we'll see you all next week.